Hey there guys, what's going on? Welcome to a Futties related video. It's all kicking off tomorrow. That is the official date, and then on Friday we should expect like the first few to be released because we've got to go through that voting process, and that's why I want to share some of those players that are most likely going to be available to vote on and probably receive a Futties card. So if you like the sound of that, leave a like, and if you are needing game codes or anything game related, head over to g2a.com. They're celebrating the 5th birthday, so go check them out. Use the code Fuji on that site to get a discount on every single order, and let's get into it. So if any of you guys are new to Ultimate Team and you still have no idea what Futties is about, it's pretty much a community driven promo. So players that have been playing well within the game mode, not necessarily their in real life performance, get voted on to receive an upgrade. So usually it's overpowered players that are annoying to play against, and this is a prediction, by the way. So we're going to go through players that should really receive an upgrade. Goalkeeper lineup: Courtois, Neuer, Handanovic, Lloris, Kepa. Now, which one would I take personally? Well, Kepa, you know, it depends how he's going to play because no one's really used his regular version. Could he perform well with that kind of upgrade? Lloris is a little bit sketchy. Some people like him, some people dislike him. I tend to find that Lloris has pasta arms. You know, he'll go for a save and then bend it back and it's in the back of the net. Handanovic was pretty good. Neuer was amazing when I had his regular version at the start of the game. Likewise with Courtois, but then one of the latest patches ruined Courtois for whatever reason. I don't know if it was the first time shot. Well, first time shots are just overpowered against any keeper. But for my team, I prefer Courtois if he performed well because I've got Timo Varane. And then Neuer, any German centre-back that you could link him up to, unless it's going to be from the Futties lineup. You had the TAR team of the season SBC, but he's just not really that go-to. Unless you just got two icon centre-backs, that could be it. But if that is an option, for me, it's Courtois. And remember, sorry, was it FIFA 18 or FIFA 17 when Futties turned into Peluti's? There were so many Premier League cards. What are EA doing? Maybe we should have like league specific votes this time around, and I do want to see a lot more with this promo. SBCs, maybe players into packs if EA want to make a few more coins or money. A few more coins. They've got enough coins and enough money. Actually, I need coins on the RTG for this promo. What do we have here then? Futties right backs. They're looking tasty. Kyle Walker though, so pleased he hasn't really fit the meta this time around. He was dominant on FIFA 17, FIFA 18, I think even FIFA 16, if you're going to go way back then. So it's lovely that we've had a breath of fresh air, different variety in that right back position. That's why he doesn't get my Futties vote. Carvajal, I had his red card on the RTG, wasn't a massive fan, but whenever I've ever played against him, he's quite solid. So could be that with this Futties upgrade, he would play better for me. Maybe, like he's going to be my second, third choice. But yeah, that is the one. His centre mid version or CDM foot birthday card was outstanding. So this one could be outrageous. With that pace, dribbling, defending, his high work rates, could he perform better than Goretzka? And that's what I want, competition for my team. Florenzi's moment card was really good, and I would like the chance to be able to bring like a good version of Florenzi to the RTG. So that's why if these were in the lineup, it would be Meunier, Florenzi for me. Nelson Semedo is more of like a wing back right mid. He just doesn't have the physical presence to play it as a right back for me. So Meunier, Florenzi, those are the two that I'd really like. We've got to make it happen. If they're available to be voted on, do it. Centre backs, who have we got? Sanchez, Varane, Boateng, Skriniar, and Kimpembe. Now the thing with those like road to the final upgrades, at the time they were good, but they're a little outdated. So if Sanchez received a Futties upgrade, now we're talking. With the pace, defending, physical, dribbling, even the passing doesn't look so bad. He could be pretty popular as it's Premier League, and this is why it turned into Futties, because everyone just thinks about Premier League players, but he does look pretty decent. Now Varane's already got a team of the year, so it's just not worth it in my opinion. Boateng, that could be the card that fixes him. He hasn't been a go-to. His foot birthday at CDM was okay, but he just wasn't worth it, like having to switch out your team to convert him to centre back. There are better options. Skriniar, I really liked his 86 version on the game. Like just a regular card of Skriniar. His pace wasn't unplayable, and his positioning and marking. It was really his awareness to the game that made him as good as he was, and in the air I didn't have any issues. So I'd really like if he received a Futties card. And then Kimpembe, yeah, same thing again with the road to the final cards. He could do with an upgrade, but I'm a little bit bored of Kimpembe. So for me personally, it would be between like Sanchez, Skriniar really. I hope that he gets one and I'd bring him into the starting 11. Maybe with Florenzi, Futties, who knows. But Skriniar, I'd like if he was to receive one. Don't worry, we've got more centre backs to vote on. Manolas, Bailly, Socrates, Umtiti, and Jimenez. Now Jimenez, yes, he is a little overpowered in the draft whenever I've used him, but a Futties with like 78 pace is a little bit dead. I'm not like trying to be the worst pace abuser on the game, but there are just so many other faster centre backs that could quite easily get into your team. You got to think about chemistry and all of that. But Jimenez I do like. Manolas would be amazing, but he's already received a Moments card. But once again, it's an RTG player that I've missed out on. So if he received another SBC, I could bring him to the account. And with that kind of pace, hold on a minute, Manolas probably would get voted on. Bailly, there's a lot of popularity with that vote just because Premier League, Bailly, Man United. Socrates, I'm not really too keen on. And Umtiti, there was something wrong with that card. Regular Umtiti was terrible. He received like an SBC and some people were enjoying him. I just didn't want to give him a chance because of how bad he was on the game. So usually when you have like a regular card that's performing well and they get a massive upgrade, it's good signs. And Manolas does feel pretty good in game. Jimenez as well. Bailly, I don't think has had that feel this time around. So for me, it would really be Manolas. That's who would take my vote. 92 pace at the back. Yes, please. So in the left back position, I don't know if any of these are really going to outperform Team of the Year Marcelo, but let's take a look. We have Alaba, Mendy, Shaw, Wendell, and Kurzawa. Mendy, I like the sound of, but he is one of those that just didn't really perform that well. But with this kind of upgrade, he's already 6'1". He's going to have a really nice pace boost with the physical stats, the jumping, the defending. He could be one of the better left backs. So just because of his build, I think he would take my vote. Now, I don't know if you guys have used the Moments Kurzawa, or even at the very start of the game, his regular non-rare card felt weirdly good in game. So he could benefit from that kind of upgrade and could get into the starting 11, but something to be aware of if you're not a fan of like Marcelo with high to low work rates, he's also got high to low. David Alaba, foot birthday card, like he's had a few other upgrades, so I'm not really interested. Luke Shaw is different. No one's really used Luke Shaw in the game this FIFA, so that could be worthwhile. And then Wendell, maybe the lack of physical could put me off. So my vote is between Mendy and Luke Shaw. I just think Mendy fits the meta a little bit more. And again, it's like a different fullback that not many people have been playing with. Mendy, Futties. Could it happen? Could we see it? Let's hope. So my favorite position to take a look at, maybe because I played CDM in real life, but with these set of players, Partey, Matuidi, Fabinho, Ndidi, and Luis Gustavo. Well, Luis Gustavo's card looks a little bit dead because of pace. Ndidi, his in-form version on this game was pretty overpowered. I had his red card, then I stuck him into an SBC. Sorry, but if he got a Futties card, I'd bring him in. Like, I will do his SBC. Fabinho, yes, like his road to the final, it's good, but it's not quite there. It's not better than Goretzka. It's not as good as Vieira. So if he received a Futties, that could be serious, and it could compete against those types of players. Matuidi, a little bit too small for me, could play well, but Thomas Partey was robbed of like a Moments SBC or some form of SBC during Team of the Season, so I'd love it if he received one. Like, that's another player that could well get into my team over Goretzka. Maybe not so much Vieira, but definitely Goretzka. So Partey, Ndidi, those are the two right there that would get my vote. Big cards. So who remembers this man? Fred. At the start of the game, he was selling for like 35, 40,000. I'm not joking. If you maybe join Ultimate Team a little bit later on in the cycle, it was 40k, his regular card, just because every single player on the game could finish, and then with his overlapping qualities, the way he felt on the ball, he was broken. So Fred, a Futties card, maybe right now wouldn't perform that well, but a lot of people would still vote on him. Kondogbia, yes, like another upgrade to already that road to the final UEFA or Europa card. That would be quite nice. Tolisso, not interested, don't really want to use him. Milinkovic-Savic. Now that is the one right there. For birthday was one of the better, or one of the best centre mids or CDMs that you could like sub on or just use in the starting 11. So if he had a centre mid version, Jesus. Now I think I'd prefer to use that over Goretzka genuinely. Like without me questioning it at all, he would be in over Goretzka straight away. And then Sal, yeah, but there are just better options. So Milinkovic-Savic, chances of him getting a Futties, would he win that vote? Oh, for sure. Yes, I love this. Willian, who remembers that FUT birthday card? What a player. We unlocked him for about 60 to 100,000 coins. His free kick was one of the best on the game. So easy, push up, 2-bar power, flies in consistently. And then looking at the qualities that he's offering, high work rates, dropping back, breaking up the play, good control on the ball, really did like him. And with a Futties upgrade, he could well be playable, at least as an impact sub. I don't think he'd get into my starting 11. Then Bernadeschi, does he have 4-star, 4-star? I think he does, so maybe that would interest a few more people. Liability Lucas, that man. No, he wasn't really a liability. He played well for us, and we got so much use out of the Player of the Month version. One of the cheapest SBCs ever. Like, he was 20,000 coins, and if you didn't do him, I think you missed out, because at the start of the game, he was pretty impactful for a lot of teams. Lozano, yes, if he gets into some sort of voting lineup, which I think so, that's why they held back on like a Moments SBC. And yeah, you could argue that other players were performing better in the Eredivisie, that's why he didn't make the cut. But an SBC or a Futties card, he's going to get it. And then better RB, I don't really care for. So who would win out of that as an impact sub for me? Lozano. Left wingers, and I know exactly who I want straight away. Coman, no. Douglas Costa, hell no. And then Martial. Who remembers that FUT birthday card? He was one of the worst performing players I've ever brought into a starting 11. Underwhelming, doesn't play anything like the FIFA 17 one. Just so much disappointment there. Prometheus, yeah, he'd be nice, but he's already got like one of those special cards. Felipe Anderson. Futties Anderson with an upgrade to the stamina. He's already got pretty decent like interceptions and stand tackles, so if you're wanting to use this guy as an attacking centre mid, it would work really well. And with the pace, like breaking on counter attacks, the control, the long shots, the finishing, that would definitely be voted for, surely. If anyone's like in their right mind, they would bring in a Felipe Anderson. I would have him off the bench, or even drop Ronaldinho for a bit just to test him out. He looks insane. So let's be real now. In terms of weak foot, Rodriguez, Dybala, Isco, they're not going to be voted on because they just haven't got that complete build on the game, and there are better players. And that's why Dybala, who sees Dybala in a starting 11 coming up against you? You just don't. Even, I swear he had a FUT birthday card and no one uses them. Like right wing version, I think so. The other two though, Talisca, Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan has already got that road to the final card that some people like. I stuck him into an SBC. Like, he's not bad. I just think he was a little bit inconsistent inside the box, whereas outside the box he did have a good finish. So maybe a Futties will fix that. I would vote on Talisca. That is one of those like Hullet builds. He's tall, he's fast, he's good with his feet. His shooting on the Carnival version was broken and so good. And with a bit of a defending upgrade, physical, he would be amazing for a lot of teams. So Talisca to get my vote for sure. Some of these attackers are looking saucy. Rashford, yes please. The one thing that's being held back with his headliner version, which is the best possible one you can get, it's the heading, it's the aerial ability. He doesn't really jump that much, and his heading accuracy is okay. He's 6'1", he can still score headers, but he doesn't have that complete build on the game. If they fix that with the Futties, the pace, the dribbling, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, he could be a go-to striker on the game, which would compete for a starting 11 spot. Rodrigo, don't really care for, could play well, you know, not really too bothered. Gabriel Jesus, what happened to him? FIFA 17, similar situation with Martial. Amazing cards, and then FIFA 19, they just haven't performed. I don't even like his Carnival version. So with this Futties, like the 98 pace, the 98 dribbling, that does look outstanding, but how is he going to perform? And then Yusuf Olsen, I think he was robbed out of like a team of the season. To not release him as an SBC, surely they had the intention to bring him out as a Futties card. And I don't know if you guys have tried his like man of the match, the latest version. He was unreal. Like the control that he's got on the ball, despite him being 6'4", unreal ability, dropping past players, finishing, overpowered shots, heading. Like, that's a dangerous card. And then with Martinez, I think he has 4-star, 4-star. So he could be like a cool player to go for, maybe a cheaper option. But I want to see more from this promo. Maybe release a few of these in packs, so then they bring out upgradable SBCs that we can spend money on, and we can just farm through packs and enjoy ourselves attempting to pull some of these cards. Or release a few as weekly objectives, so we have to grind towards like collecting so many, you know, to unlock them. I think that'd be awesome. But we are missing 2 players from this lineup, one of them being Fabian Schär. How nice would it be if they brought him out as an SBC? With those kind of stats, he'd be so expensive, one of the best center backs to go for. If you've ever used the 87 version, trust me, try him out. Maybe now against all these team of the seasons, he might not perform as well, but I finished on 27 wins with Fabian Schär in my defense, alongside Virgil van Dijk. And then with Pogba, would they bring him out as an SBC? That'd be bloody expensive. Or drop him into packs. I'm looking forward to Futties, and I think that's what the game needs right now, but they've got to get it right. Bring out content, bring out all of this stuff, and fix the gameplay. But boys, that is the Futties lineup and some potential players that we should expect. If you have enjoyed, leave a like. Let me know in the comment section what players you would vote for, and I will see you on the next episode. Well, RTG episode tomorrow. Take care. Team out. Peace.